Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we are doing a viewer requested video on AmmoMods and ElementalPop. This may be a topic that some people may say, hey, I already got a good grip on this, I already know what's going on. And as a veteran player myself, I kind of take for granted that this is common knowledge, but if you don't know what it is, don't have a lot of experience, this can be something that can be a little bit confusing, and Activision's not really that good at describing exactly what they do. So let's get into it. Now, ammo mods are something that you apply to a gun, and when you apply it down in the bottom on the left side, you'll see the symbol for which ammo mod you have. You can only have one ammo mod on a gun. If you apply a second one, it's going to overwrite the first one, whereas the Coca-Cola ElementalPop applies to you. That's any gun you're holding, no matter what. Even if you drop a gun, pick another one up, Coca-Cola is going to stay. So let's talk about each specific ammo mod. The first one is BrainRot, which creates basically a zombie ally. He has the green eyes and the cloud behind him. No ammo mod is going to work on an abomination or a high value target, keep that in mind. But also each one of these mods has kind of a secondary purpose. In this case, BrainRot is considered toxic damage. So here you'll see for the Rival 9 we have a camo requirement that needs toxic. That means apply BrainRot. And we'll talk about that once we're out in the field. The next one is CryoFreeze ammo mod, which creates basically this little ice and snow on your target, and it does slow them down. And there is some damage involved when that actually activates on the target. But it's basically a slowing effect. And also that secondary damage that it does is called frost damage. So here for the Ram 9, you'll see that we need to get 250 kills with frost damage. It means we have to apply the CryoFreeze mod to it. Next up, we have the Deadwire ammo mod, which creates an electrocution type effect on your target once it activates. It is a singular thing. It's only the one that activates on it. It will not spread to other zombies, but it will eventually kill them, but it stops them dead in their tracks. Makes kind of sense here. This is considered electric damage. So here on the Bass P, we have 250 kills with electric damage, means you need to apply a Deadwire ammo mod to it. Then we have the Napalm Burst ammo mod, which once it activates, it sets the target on fire. You can actually do multiple targets at the same time, and it will damage them until eventually they die or the timer effect runs off. And it kind of makes sense that Napalm Burst is what's considered fire damage. So if you have a weapon that needs to do fire damage for a camo, like the Wasp 9 does here, then you just need to apply the Napalm Burst ammo mod to it and get this thing knocked out. And finally, we have the Shatter Blast ammo mod, which didn't get the memo and no camos require this. But Shatter Blast basically creates an area of effect explosion that will blow off armor and knock down zombies within its radius. And then finally we have ElementalPop, which is a perk that you can add, like I said, applies directly to you, that can, in an instance, make any one of these different ammo mods activate on a target. You can use it in conjunction with an actual ammo mod, so if you have an ammo mod on and use ElementalPop, you'll still see both being able to activate. But it does say small chance, and small chance is, that's a pretty liberal term. What does small mean exactly? But we'll go in and we'll test it out. Now, for most of this, I'm going to be using an unpack-a-punched, unether-tooled Rival 9, because every bullet you fire has the chance to activate the effect of the ammo mod you have on that gun. And the stronger your weapon, the faster it's able to knock down targets, the least likely you are to see that ammo mod activate. So we want this thing to be as low as possible so we can do as many bullets as we can in order to take down a target to get that effect to occur. Now I'm also going to bring something a little stronger, this Bass B, and that's also what you see the PAP crystal, the ether tool for, just in case things get a little hectic and I need a way out. The ether blade I only have on there because, we're still operating under the 10 item stash, so yeah, we can't get rid of everything that we're making or carrying. But we're not going to use that. Like I said, we're going to do most of this with this Rival 9 unlocked. So we're going to get out there, and the first thing we're going to do is apply the ammo mod to the weapon that we are currently holding. And you'll see down in the bottom, the little skull and crossbones is going to appear. And as long as I don't apply another ammo mod, that's going to stay there. This gun right now is firing BrainRot, which means it has a small chance of turning an enemy into an ally, and it's going to constantly be shooting toxic damage because that's the secondary course of this. So let's see if we can get this. And there we go. We have procced that effect. Now, proc stands for Programmed Random Occurrence.
The more you know.
And that just basically means that whatever effect was supposed to happen, you were able to make it happen. In this case, we turned this guy into an ally. He runs around for a while, and then he explodes. So any kills that we get that aren't proccing that effect, like these here, are going to default to whatever element the ammo mod is firing. In this case, it's toxic. So every zombie kill I'm getting here is in fact a toxic kill until I can turn one. And now, as you see on the screen, it changes to a BrainRot kill. So that's going to be the difference that you're looking at, and whether you're getting toxic damage or BrainRot. You can only get one, you can't get both at the same time. And this guy's going to pee himself out. But since the goal is to proc this, we're going to go into an area where we can throw as many bullets as we can into a target, because each bullet has a chance to make this happen. And like I said before, if we're dropping our targets too quick, we're going to have less of a chance to see the actual effect that we're looking for pop up. So in Tier 2 with a unpapped, unether tooled weapon, going to take quite a few bullets to take these guys down, but this gives us a chance to make that BrainRot occur much more often than it normally would. Also should point out that with BrainRot, you can never have more than one friendly or allied zombie from a BrainRot. So until the one you've turned expires, you're not going to be able to make another one. All of those are going to default back to toxic damage and toxic kills. Here you see I get a nice little group and immediately almost turned one. So I'm just going to let her do her thing and finish all these guys up for me. You really can't determine, whether or not that first or second or third or fifth or eighth bullet is the one that's going to do it. And sometimes you'll fire a ton at things and never see a change. Sometimes you'll get them pretty quick to cycle through. But as long as you just keep throwing bullets, and you'll see here I'm aiming mostly chest and stomach, because I don't want that critical kill. It's going to kill them too quickly. But yeah, we just keep backing up, shooting in the chest in the hopes that we can finally get one of these guys to turn. Come on. There we go. So that pretty much explains how BrainRot works. Let's go on to the next one, which is going to be CryoFreeze. This is personally one of my favorites. This one is very quick to proc because it's not an instant death. And if you think of the power of BrainRot, you're turning a zombie, plus they get one shot everybody. CryoFreeze is just designed to slow the targets down. You'll see here, let me get this guy out of the way. You'll know that you've actually procced it when you see them covered in ice and snow. There's a pretty good amount of damage that happens to them in that process, and they are considered cryo-freezed, if that's even a term, as long as they have the ice and snow on them. You'll see here I'm able to proc this almost instantly on these guys. And like I said, it can have several up at the same time. When you have to get a cryo-freeze kill, they have to be killed while they're covered in snow. You'll see there I just got one. If they break free and it comes off of them and you kill them, then that's just going to default to a frost kill. So when you have a requirement that says get cryo-freeze kills, and there is also a calling card, I believe, that needs, no, I'm sorry, it's not a calling card, it's a mission, where you have to get cryo-freeze kills on hellhounds. That is very difficult because they aren't that strong. So you're going to have to kind of shoot them from a distance with a low-powered weapon in order to get that done. But CryoFreeze procs so easily, and as you can see, helps control the mobs very nicely. This is personally my favorite of all the ammo mods. We'll move on now to the next one, which is going to be Deadwire. So Deadwire creates basically an electrocution effect on a target, and you're going to notice right away that it does not proc as fast as CryoFreeze does. Because this is basically a killing type of ammo mod. And once we do manage to proc it on one of these guys, you'll see what I mean. Ooh, boy. He's angry. There we go. So now you'll see he's just going to stop, stand there, and get electrocuted. That does not transfer to other zombies. It's only going to be a singular effect, so the one that's affected by it is the one that's going to be electrocuted there. But yes, this is basically a kill shot type of ammo mod that once you've applied it to a zombie, you don't have to worry about them anymore. They aren't going to be moving along anymore. So here, yeah, there we go. That's a good one. As you can see here, we get these guys coming up close. Yikes. Easy. We weren't able to get it to go again until there. And you could see their health bar was dropping a little bit, and then they just collapsed. Now we got that one, and then we're going to move in on this guy here. And, you know, luck of the draw, we were able to proc this relatively quick on another target, at least before he died. So that's Deadwire and electric damage. We're going to move on now to Napalm Burst, which basically is just going to set your targets on fire. It procs very quickly, same thing as CryoFreeze does. However, it has no slowing effect. It's just a damage over time mod. And you'll see here we get a good one on this guy. We can just watch that. It does kind of affect him a little, but you see he's still coming. So it's not going to affect their movement, but it will definitely help because you get that damage over time and just watch that tick away. Just like CryoFreeze, you can apply this to multiple targets at the same time. So there is no limit to how many you can have on there. But it just doesn't slow them down, and they're just going to keep coming. We've also found that the fire that they have does not affect the zombies around them, nor does it cause you damage when they're burning. But this one is good because, like I said, it procs very quickly, very often, and it gives you the opportunity to shoot a guy and you can just move on because you know eventually he's going to burn out. You just have to be aware that, like I said, it doesn't slow them down, or, you know, they pretty much don't seem to care about this. So they're going to keep coming at whatever speed they're naturally able to. You just need to create a little bit of distance between you and them to make sure that they don't catch back up to you. But this one's a good one because, like I said, I like the ones that you can proc multiple situations on. And it doesn't matter whether they're armored or they still have their armor or not. It will eventually set them on fire, and you can just watch them burn out. Here's a nice group of them, so we'll see how many of these guys we can set on fire. And this is also different than the way CryoFreeze works because as long as they're burning and they die, that will be considered a napalm kill rather than a fire kill. And this is going to bring us to the final ammo mod, which is Shatter Blast. Now, Shatter Blast creates an area of effect blast when you hit a target, and that will knock down any zombies that are close, and it will also blow the armor off of anyone. So if you were going up against the armored zombies, or like these guys here, these light armored zombies, it's going to turn them into regular zombies that you don't have to shoot through. It's best, if you can with this mod, to group them together. So as you see here, I'm going to engage, and that killed one, knocked one down, but the lady in the back, she didn't even care. She wasn't close enough. So it is a kind of a short range, but here you'll see this guy no longer has his helmet or his chest plate. So this one, you can basically make tougher enemies a little weaker and a little easier to deal with. And if you can get them up into a group, this can actually be pretty helpful because it's going to knock everybody down, slow them down, give you a chance to get some distance and replate, reload, whatever you have to do. And again, I want to point out that any of these ammo mods will work on normal or armored zombies, and they will also work on special zombies. They do not work on elite, so no mega abominations, and also high value targets seem to not care too much about this. It's also worth noting that when you use this on a special zombie, whether it's a mimic or a disciple, it still has the same effect, but it just seems a little bit lessened. For instance, if you CryoFreeze them, they're still coming. They're still doing their attacks, charging their gun or grabbing you, biting you, and throwing you away. But it will definitely be slowed down. But nope, sorry. You're never going to be able to turn a Mega Abomination with a BrainRot or Shatter Blast him. So finally, let's talk about ElementalPop. This adds a small chance, as it says, who knows what that actually means. You see it was rather quick there. Of any ammo mod that you don't have being applied to the guns that you're using. And like I also said before, this is attached to you. So it's not something that if you change weapons or drop them. Dude, come on, man. I'm trying to do something here. Man, that guy's angry. That pink rain there, you'll see I just did CryoFreeze to that guy right there who broke free. Anytime you see that pink ring around your screen, that's what, dude, that's what it means. So yeah, this can apply any one of them. I've also noticed that, and I can't tell you how this works or not, but if you have, let's say, a CryoFreeze mod, who's to tell whether the mod or ElementalPop is what made it happen? I mean, you know, it could be either one. So I think, to be honest, that when you have an ammo mod, that supersedes ElementalPop and that takes over. I've also noticed that with ElementalPop and an ammo mod, it is possible with a single bullet to apply 2 effects on a target. So you can actually say you have CryoFreeze on, you can burn them or electrocute them and freeze them at the same time. There is a calling card that says that you have to kill an enemy with 2 types of damage on them, and this is one way that you can do that. But ElementalPop procs relatively quick, and you'll see that you get the different variety of them. And I think that it basically has like a median to it. There's a middle ground where it slows down CryoFreeze and Napalm, but it does speed up Shatter Blast, and it does speed up Deadwire as well as BrainRot. And also, if you have the secondary attachment like this flamethrower, that can proc it too, although these attachments are usually strong enough to kill them pretty quick, so you don't normally see it. But yes, any attachment you have on the gun itself can do it. So this is great. Now that we've talked about what they are, how do you get them? Well, the easiest way is to make them, and you can craft them once you've unlocked the formula for them. To get the formula, you're just going to need to do some contracts. Tier 1 has most of them. Shatter Blast is in Tier 2. But yeah, in the reward rift, you can get the BrainRot formula like I got here. Plus, you can get the ammo mod itself. Another good place is the spiky ether chest that you're going to find in an ether nest or in an infested stronghold. This one right here down here. Oh, hold on. Okay. This one here, you'll see we got a Deadwire. Lady, come on. And here in this ether or this infested stronghold, the same kind of crate, there were 2 ammo mods. You can find them lying around in the wild, but these are the better ways to ensure that you're going to get them, because those chests are always here. And it's also possible that when you kill a special zombie, they might drop onto a well. As you can see, this guy, let me clean this mess up here. He had a CryoFreeze on him. So yes, you can get them from elites. But anyway, guys, we're going to call it here. I hope this helps. If you enjoy the content, please give me a like and subscribe. And like I said earlier, this video is a result of a comment from a previous one from someone. So if you have any questions, by all means, leave a comment below. And as always, I'll see you out there. Take care, guys.